of my knowledge. Don't worry about will I be known. Let's see how much of the earth is going to know me. The earth shall be full of the knowledge of the Lord Yahweh, as the waters cover the sea. Isaiah chapter 11, verse 9. All right. I want you to turn to Psalms, the book of Psalms, chapter 28. Verse 3. Read.
Draw me not away with the wicked and with the workers of iniquity, which speak peace to their neighbors, but mischief is in their hearts.
Now that's a real wicked person that comes and speaks peace to you while inside their head is ill will toward you. Smile in your face with a knife in their hand behind their back, waiting on you to turn so they can stab you to destroy you. What a wicked person this is. This is the nature of the wicked. They work iniquity and they speak with a double tongue, forked tongue. Now, if you don't have the protection of Yahweh, you will fall victim to a person like this. Now, verse 5. Read.
Because they regard not the works of the Lord Yahweh, nor the operation of his hands, he shall destroy them and not build them up.
Now, when the wicked are destroyed, you're learning who it is that destroys them. The name is Yahweh. And why will Yahweh destroy them? Because they have no regard for Yahweh or no regard for the works of Yahweh. I'm doing a good work. I'm building up our community to make it beautiful, as other nations make their own communities beautiful. Anyone who has no regard for the work that I'm doing in building up our own community has to be of a wicked mind. I'm doing a good work. I'm making it like heaven, where they said it can't be done. And when you see our properties, you can be proud. If you believe in blackness, then look at us, and you have to be proud. Because instead of us throwing our money away to others, we pool our little pennies together and we buy property that's destroyed and we make it new. And then we charge a ridiculously low price so that all good people, that's the only ones who want to stay with us anyway, all good people can afford to live in this tight world. Now, a lot of people have money, but they don't use their money to make life easy for the rest of our community. But I've dedicated my life to making the lives of my people beautiful. That's what I've dedicated myself to. And I'm having overwhelming results. Because of my dedication and sacrifice, because of my charity, because of my benevolence and eleemosynary character, because of my generosity. I'm creating heaven in the ghetto. Yahweh said he will destroy them that do not regard his works, and that he will not build up people who do not regard his works. Isn't that fascinating? I'm an anointed one of Yahweh, and verse 8 tells you that Yahweh is the strength of the anointed ones. His anointed. He's the strength. And he's a saving strength. He's a good strength. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm here to let you know that Yahweh is ready to save his people in verse 9 and bless your inheritance and feed you also and lift you up forever. That's what I'm here to accomplish with you. Lift you up forever. See, now is the time for all good men to come together. I'm calling for all good men to come and join with me in doing good. That's a noble call. Now, I don't need, to call bad people. They already call. They call each other. You ever notice? I mean, bad people are constantly inviting you to do bad. They do it without pay. They just walk up to you and say, here's some bad. Don't you want to do it? I invite you to do bad all day long. You turn on television, it's a constant invitation to do bad. Constant, 24 hours a day. I'm one out of this society inviting you to do good. Come and join with me in doing good. So I'm calling for all good men. All good men who didn't know there was a super good man in America. You can now go out and tell them I've heard and seen a super good man that's doing super good. In fact, I finally met Superman. Yahweh. That's his name. Yahweh is his name. Isn't that glorious? Come and meet a good man. It's time for all good men to know each other. All right. Praise Yahweh. How many admit it's time for all good men to know each other? Who's going to make the difference in this world? Yahweh with the good men. We will make a difference. We're here to make a difference. Sisters, I'm not leaving you out. Don't misunderstand me. I love all my sisters too. Sisters, I'm looking for all good women. Go and tell every good woman you know. Don't go tell the bad women. I'm not ready to meet them yet. But go find all the good women you know, sisters, and bring them to me. I want to meet all the good women. Hallelujah. And then we'll worry about the bad women later. Let us look at Psalms 29, verse 2. Read.
Give unto the Lord Yahweh the glory due unto his name. Worship the Lord Yahweh in the beauty of holiness.
Praise Yahweh. Hallelujah, Yahweh. Give unto the Lord Yahweh glory due unto his name. give it. Let it be a gift. Give means a gift. And a gift is a form of charity. And you can't enter heaven unless you're charitable. You cannot enter heaven unless you're generous. So tonight we're going to go back into a part of generosity, which is to look at our character. Did we read last week that charity is the bond of perfection? Colossians 3:14. Let us read.
And above all these things, put on charity, which is the bond of perfectness.
We found out that in Matthew 5:48 we're told to be perfect. Now we see the bond of perfection is charity. Now let us look at 1 Peter 4:8. Read.
And above all things, have fervent charity among yourselves, for charity shall cover the multitude of sins.
Fervent charity, fervent, also means warm affection toward each other. You cannot enter heaven without warm affection for each other. It's just impossible. I said it's totally impossible. You can't just like somebody. That's not enough. I said, that's not enough. Your affections have to be warm. It says, charity shall cover the multitude of sins. What is the mystery there? Love. The mystery there is the love. Love will cause you to cover the multitude of sins. That means eradicate it, eliminate it, get rid of it. Love will do it. You can't hate your wife, and your husband, your brother, and your sister, and enter heaven. I don't care how much lust you have. That's not enough. I said lust is not enough. You know how lust works. Huh? Oh yes. Male and female, both of y'all are guilty of lust. Y'all know how it works. It's not enough. That's not enough to get you into heaven. Saying I can't live without you, baby. It's not enough. Said I didn't sleep a wink last night. It's not enough. Paying the food bill and the grocery bills and taking care of your children financially is not enough. It's not enough. Taking your kids shopping, buying the material things, it's not enough. Buying your wife anything she wants, it's not enough. Cooking him any meal he wants, it's not enough. It's not enough. That won't get you heaven. You can't enter into the kingdom of Yahweh because you do those things. So no matter what you do, above all things, you must have fervent charity. You must not be reaching for it. It's not enough to read about it. It's not enough to go to church and sing about it. And it's not enough to preach about it. You must have fervent charity. Now, anything so important that is the key for me to enter heaven, I must learn about it. Anything that I must have, I must learn about it. Think about the words, I must have it. And I must not only have it by myself, though I may have charity, all of charity, myself, that's still not enough. And even if you have charity, that's not enough. We must have charity among ourselves. This is not about do as I say do. No, that's not enough. We all have to do it. We all must have it and express it among ourselves. What a challenge. What a challenge. It's not enough to have generosity, but you must share generosity among yourselves. You must be generous toward each other. See, in verse 9 says, hospitality is not enough. Having hospitality is not enough. You must use hospitality one to another and hold no grudge. Yes, sir. You know how some of us like to hold grudges. We perceive that someone said or did something to us that we didn't like, and I'm going to get you. Just you wait and see. Got your number. Yeah. I'm going to make you pay one day if I have to wait 10 years. I'm going to get you. And it's going to be when you least expect it to, honey. I'm going to lay one on you, child. In the meantime, you be acting hospitable. You're acting hospitable, But all the time, that scripture we just read in the beginning, see, you got a little mischief in the back of your head. Speaking peace to your neighbor, but you got a little mischief plan. Say, I'm going to make you think everything is all right. Everything is all right. Everything is all right. Want some ice cream, baby? What you want? Want some cake? Pie, what you want me to fix for you, darling? See, some women are good at this thing, boy. Say, What you want, honey? She just laid on him. Be kissing him and hugging him and carrying on. He go for it too. He going for it. Yeah, I got him. I know he going for it. Such is the way of this world. And we read, Yahweh's going to destroy people like that speak peace to the neighbor, but all the time they plan mischief and harm. So in verse 9, you're going to have to use hospitality one to another without grudging. We're learning how to live. We're learning how to qualify ourselves to live in heaven. Can't live in heaven with a grudge. That means whatever you've been carrying, whatever you've been carrying against somebody, you got to drop it. Let it go. If you want to enter heaven, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Yahweh, you have to let it go. Isn't that something? You know, that's the only thing that keeps some people living. Is that grudge. You take some people's grudge away and they just, well, what's the need of living? I mean, figuring out how to do some harm to them is the only thing motivates me to keep going. Same with some people who hate. They're hate driven. Take hate from them, they'll shrivel up and die. There are people like that. Above all things, you must have fervent generosity. How will this cover a multitude of sins? What is sin? Breaking the law. John 3:4. That's the next book over, isn't it? We're in 1 Peter. John 3:4. Read.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law, for sin is the transgression of the law.
Now, let us look at Proverbs 10:12. Read.
Hatred stirreth up strife, but love covereth all sins.
Love covers all sin. Hatred just stirs up stuff. What is love? Charity. What is love? Generosity. With what does generosity deal? Character. Character. Give me Ephesians chapter 4, verse 3. Let's start with verse 2 because that covers my love, Jones. Read.
With all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace.
Love covers the sin. Charity and generosity brings about unity of spirit and establishes the bond of peace. Generosity does that. Now let's go to our word that we were on last week, which was?
Character.
Character. One of the synonyms for generosity is character.
The definition of generous was freedom from meanness, and mean meant to be inferior in grade, quality, or character, which took us to character today.
All right. Now, the first thing that we want to emphasize again today as we go back into this is generosity means you are free from meanness. That was the issue. You are free from meanness, being mean. Then we looked at what is a mean person. A mean person is one of inferior character. A person who is low-minded, of a low grade, of a low character. This definition and understanding of generosity gives us the positive and the negative. The only way that we can truly appreciate the positive is that we understand the negative of the same word. Because if we were already the positive, I would not have to address the negative. But because our people in America have been programmed to be the negative, to have a negative character, since our people are programmed to be mean, then we are incapable of showing forth this fervent charity that is required. Because we have been programmed to be negative and to be mean, we are incapable of showing these warm affections toward each other. Because we've been programmed to be negative and to be mean, we have been incapable of demonstrating hospitality or the ability to use hospitality toward each other. Because we have been programmed to be negative, programmed to be mean, programmed to be of a low character, we have been unable to show love to each other. And that inability to show love for each other means that we have no regard for the welfare of others. Being of an inferior character programmed us in America to only be concerned with our individual self. And I will only do that which I perceive will benefit me, myself, and I. I'm not willing to compromise at all, but I will pretend to compromise with your point of view. I really don't agree with your point of view, but for expedience, for convenience, I will pretend sometimes to go along with you. That's how mean you are. That's what an inferior character will bring about, a pretense of compromise. And usually when you quit pretending with each other, you divorce or separate if you're married. So I'm tired of pretending. Like I'm pretending more, honey. It's over. You go your way, I go mine. And then sometimes you want to pretend you're going to be friends anyway, so that there will be things you will compromise about. And you're lying. Both of you lying. You just pretended. And there can be no peace when one of you is speaking words of peace to the other while having mischief in the back of your mind. It's impossible to have peace when one of you is devious with the other. That's why nations are not getting along. They have all these treaties and all these things written up, and everybody's trying to figure out how to get a sneak attack in and conquer and come out on top, in control. And you have those of us, we look just like each other, and we'll sleep in the bed together. I said we'll sleep in the bed together while each one is trying to figure out how to get up on the other one. And I don't mean sexually either, get up on it. I don't mean that. I'm talking about, take advantage, undercut. Oh, my message gets down to the marrow of the bone, doesn't it? Huh? It's like, wow, Yahweh's talking straight at me, right? I'm talking straight at you, right? You finally understand I'm talking straight to you. Why? I'm putting my healing light on you. I seek to heal your sin-sick condition of mind. And that can only be done by shining my healing light in there where you've been trying to hide in the darkness of your mind. So that you can keep on doing the evil that you've been doing toward others. We're learning how to qualify ourselves to live in heaven. Can't live in heaven with a grudge. That means whatever you've been carrying, against somebody, you got to drop it. Let it go. If you want to enter heaven, the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Yahweh, you have to let it go. Isn't that something?